All right. Good Friday morning, everyone. Good Friday morning. Uh, right from the get-go, I would like to apologize in advance to the people on the various different platforms. If you see my head constantly moving left and right, kind of on a swivel, it's because I'm looking at two screens, right? I'm going live on two different platforms. I'm here on YouTube. I'm also on TikTok, and I'm essentially going to be monitoring the chats on both sides in an effort not to miss any questions or comments that do come through. Okay. And please bear in mind if you do have any questions, if you do have any comments that you want to make sure that you do put them in the comment section below. I am more than happy to answer them. Right, this is not just a one-way street thing here. Don't look at this as me just presenting or talking with no interaction. Right. One of the reasons why I like doing these lives is because it gives me the opportunity to come on. Hey, Wendy, good morning. Glad to see you on here. Um, One of the reasons why I do these lives is so that I can answer people's questions in real time, right? If anybody has any doubts or any reservations or any, uh, you know, any questions at all whatsoever, right? If you've been thinking about getting started with creating content, right, and monetizing that content, and you've wondered how it all works, anything that anything that you're doubtful about, or if you have any hesitations, or if you feel like a lot of this stuff isn't real, like like a lot of people do. Welcome, pretty cat, pretty K. I'm sorry. Welcome, guys. Welcome. So we are here basically talking about how regular individuals, regular individuals with no prior experience who have an interest in doing this, can get started making money online using digital marketing and affiliate marketing, and essentially creating content. Right, content is king. I'm sure you've heard that phrase multiple times if you are in this space, right? Content is king and distribution is queen, right? That one, the second part, maybe you might not have heard so much, but what exactly do I mean by that? The content itself, right? The content itself, that's king. That's what's gonna, that's what's gonna um, give you what you need, right? In terms of having the stuff to put out there, right? Your messaging and all that, right? When I say distribution is queen, is getting that content out there, right? And that means, maybe being on several different platforms, or even if you are just on one platform, right? You have to get your message out there as much as possible, as frequently as possible, and you've got to be consistent with it, okay? But my recommendation, I always tell people, do not rely on just one platform, right? And the great thing about all these platforms is that they are very similar in nature, right? Some are cater more to long form content, others cater to short form content, right? Like here on TikTok, where it's going to be primarily like the short form content, and a lot of the content that you create there, you can repurpose it and put it on other platforms like IG, right? And YouTube. Okay. That's one of the things that I started doing. And you don't necessarily have to, make the same piece of content over and over, right? It's just one piece of content, and you distribute it across, the different platforms that support that type of content. All right. And that is where I come from when I say distribution is queen, right? You want to get your stuff out there. Look, for example, right? We're not going to get deep into politics here, for example, but we all know that at some point people were panicking, right? People who rely 100% on TikTok, right? We saw TikTok was here, and then it was gone for a day or two, however long that was, and then it was back. Okay. If you had all your eggs in one basket, right, relying on nothing but TikTok, your business would have just been gone like that overnight. Okay. Your business would have been gone overnight. Whereas that same piece of all the content that you produce, all the things that you've been putting, if you had it on different platforms, right? You wouldn't. obviously you would prefer to not lose TikTok, but at least you know that you have backups in place. Now, it's obvious, I would say, right, as a beginner just getting started, while I do encourage you to use several different platforms, it is good to get really good at one. Okay, so I would recommend, maybe if you are distributing on several different platforms, you want to focus on one to be like your, like your main platform, where where you put most of your effort. So you get really good at it. Okay, because one thing too, having said what I've said, split focus is a real thing, right? When you split your focus, you're not really able to go as deep, right? So that's something to keep in mind. But I would still recommend that you are on at least more than just one platform. Okay, at least more than just one platform. Now, as far as digital marketing goes, right? You this one of the things that I always like to start out and point out from the very get-go, okay? From the very get-go, is explaining exactly what digital marketing is and what it is not. And I say that because a lot of people have been misled into thinking that digital marketing is solely and only about selling digital products, right? Which is not the case, right? Digital marketing is basically the process of promoting anything, right? The process of promoting anything online, right? It could be a physical product, it could be a digital product, it could be a business, it could be a brand, it could be yourself as a personal brand, right? Whatever the case may be, right? It's promoting anything online, right? It's not just digital products, right? And it's like one of my pet peeves. It really gets under my skin every time I hear people say that. Even some of the biggest creators in this space, they're still spreading I don't know if I would call it false information, but they're leading a lot of beginners to think that digital marketing is like this new thing, right? This new thing that is only and solely about selling digital products, whereas it's not. It goes way beyond just selling digital products, and specifically courses in many cases, as they tend to refer to, right? It's about promoting anything online, all right? Now we've gotten that out the way. The next thing is affiliate marketing, okay? Affiliate marketing is also a term that seems to be carelessly interchanged with digital marketing, right? As if both of them are the same thing, right? There's right. So one, I would say we use digital marketing to do affiliate marketing in essence, right? The reason people may tend to like interchange the two as if they're the same thing is because most of the time when you are doing affiliate marketing, the most effective way to go about it is through digital marketing, right? Because you can do affiliate marketing by way of mouth, right? Promoting outside of the internet, right? And still generate sales that way, okay? You're still doing affiliate marketing, but you're not, you haven't done it online, right? So it doesn't make it digital marketing. So there's a difference there. But that's the thing. 9 times out of 10, the most effective way to do affiliate marketing is going to be through digital marketing, because most companies that allow you to be an affiliate for them, the way you would make money is through a unique link that they give you, right? A link that is unique to you, that you would use, that you would give to other people to purchase through, so much so that when sales do come through, the company knows that those sales came through as a result of your marketing efforts, okay? So affiliate marketing, in simple terms, for those who don't know, is just a very is a ba- it's an extremely simple business model, which allows regular individuals like you and I to promote other people's or other businesses products and services, right, in return for an affiliate commission as a result of our digital marketing efforts. Okay, welcome, Will. Welcome, Will Penson. All right. Welcome, guys. Welcome. For those of you that are here, could you please do me a favor and let me know in the chat, right? Let me know in the chat if you are aware of people making money online with digital marketing. I appreciate the follow. Thank you. Are you aware of people making money online with affiliate market using digital marketing to make money online with affiliate marketing? Is it something that you've come across before? Right. Yes. Okay. Excellent. Now, the next question that I have, right, Is it something that you've been interested in doing yourself, or like, is it something that you've ever thought about starting for yourself, or is it just something? Yes. Okay. Awesome. All right. Now, the last question I have is, have you actually attempted to get started? Have you done any like research, or have you started learning about it? Have you purchased any courses? Have you done, that's the last question I have for you. So I got a yes for the first one. I got a yes for the second one. And this goes for anyone, guys. Let me know in the comments, right? Have you started doing anything to learn about digital marketing and affiliate marketing? Have you already started trying to do it and make money online? That's the last question. Give me a yes in the chat. Yes, Amazon dropshipping. Perfect. Fantastic. That is fantastic. That is awesome. Okay. That is awesome, right? Now, I'm just here basically sharing and explaining, to anyone that's interested, right? Who's looking to get started making money online. The one thing that I always talk about is basically, I always push people more towards affiliate marketing, right? To start, if you have no prior experience. While yes, there are a lot of people that get started creating their own products, right? Whether it's their own physical products, which is going to be a lot harder, versus their own digital products, right? And trying to sell them online. There are people that do go that route, right? But I always refer people to affiliate marketing first, just because as a beginner, you're not going to have to worry about, you're not going to have to worry about, the intricacies of running a full-fledged business yourself, right? Creating your own product, providing your own service, okay? And managing inventory, or worrying about shipping and handling and customer returns. We're dealing with customer service, right? Those are all headaches, and those are all problems for the product owners and vendors to deal with. Okay, your job as an affiliate is just going to be the digital marketing, right? Promoting the products that you have decided to be an affiliate for. Okay, and that's where your content really comes into play, right? For the guys here on YouTube, you've seen here, I'm talking about content is king, and distribution is queen, right? You have to create that content. Like, that's the thing, right? Because you're going to be creating content to get the word out on your products, okay? To get the word out on your products, right? And if you don't do that, right, you might have the best product in the world that you created or own, or you may have the best product in the world that you're looking to be an affiliate for. But if you don't get the word out there on it, if you don't do the digital marketing for it, which is, creating the content, nobody's ever going to know about it, okay? You could have the best thing since sliced bread, but if you don't promote it, if you don't create content and get information out there about it to the people who need it, nobody is ever going to know about it, okay? And that's the hiccup for most people, right? That is where most people get stuck, and that is where most people end up giving up, okay? Once they've started the entire process, right? That is where most people end up giving up, right? And because let's face it, that's the hard part, right? That's the hard. I would say that's probably that's one of the hardest parts, if not the hardest part. Okay, welcome, Clip Z. All right, and it takes consistent daily effort. Okay, it is hard, right? But guess what? What else is hard? What you're currently already doing, right? Whether it's, let's just say, for instance, because I know there are a lot of people out here who get started with this stuff because they want to leave their 9 to 5s, okay? They're not happy with the 9 to 5s that they have. And don't get me wrong, there are some people out there that love their 9 to 5s, which is fantastic. Absolutely great for them, okay? But the people that I'm talking to here are the people that have a desire to leave their 9 to 5s, and not deal with the struggles that come with that, right? Like, whether you're at a job that is not making you enough money, right? If you feel you're still living paycheck to paycheck, right? Going to the grocery store and having to check your bank account balance before you shop, or being worried about getting to the counter and then having to return, the embarrassment of maybe having to return some things because you don't have enough money, right, to pay for all the stuff that you picked up, okay? those living that way, that's hard too. Okay, that's hard, and you're just going to have to choose which kind of hard you want to do, right? Which kind of hard you want to live. If you want to continue that cycle and never break out of it, just continuously going paycheck to paycheck, or do you choose the hard, which it's not really that hard compared to the hard that you're dealing with right now? Do you want to choose the hard of starting to create content, get your phone out and start creating content, right? To get the word out on whatever product that you're promoting, okay? Like your phone, literally, your phone it has the potential to change your life, okay? But you have to put it to work, okay? That device that you're holding in your hand has the ability, if you do the work, it has the ability to change things for you dramatically, right? A lot of people get into this without necessarily looking to some people just get into this because they want to make just a few extra bucks or, a few $100s a month, right? To support their finances, right? Their monthly income or their current source of income. And for some people, just getting started to do this and making an extra couple hundred, extra $500 a month, that or an extra thousand a month, that to them could be, that can be life changing for a lot of people. Okay, it certainly is for me, right. It certainly is for me. Like, just imagine if you are that person that is struggling right now, living paycheck to paycheck, and no matter how hard you're working, you feel like you're just never getting ahead, right? You feel like nothing's moving for you, and your only alternative, you're despite doing that, you're tired, and your only alternative, your only other way, if you need to make more money, is to go pick up an extra job, right? And use up more of your time that you don't even have, and you're already burnt out and you're already tired, right? That's the only other way, trading more time for dollars, right? Well, consider this, right? If you're not, if you don't want to do that as an alternative, like, have you ever considered, right, like what it could do for you if all this extra time that you're putting in, or even the time that you're wasting and losing to, like, say, watching Netflix and some of all these other little things that you're doing that are not, like, scrolling. You're on your phone scrolling, wasting time on social media anyway all day, right? I promise you, like, I think maybe it's a lot of these apps, right? They have a place in there you can go in there and see how much time you spent on these platforms. Okay, and I promise you, for a lot of you, that you're spending more than 2, 3, 4 hours on these platforms, in between in the little pockets of your day, right? Every now and then, if you have a little downtime, you're there scrolling. Well, that time is time that you could be using to create content that could significantly change your situation. Okay, right? But if you don't do anything about it, right, nothing is ever going to change, right? Nothing is ever going to change. If you want something to be different, it's not going to magically happen. You have to do something about it, okay? And we are so fortunate to live in a time where, the technology that we have with our phones and all this type of stuff, we are so fortunate to live in a time where we can use these gadgets and get so much access to the entire world. Okay, right? This is not the time where, let's just say, you had some kind of business that you were running, like a brick and mortar business, and you are basically beholden to whatever physical location you're at, depending on the people that come through, the traffic that does come through, or lack thereof. Okay, right? And that is why a lot of business owners, or a lot of people who have traditional brick and mortar businesses, now they're starting to realize the power of content creation, right? Digital marketing and getting the word out there, right, about their business. If you are a local business owner, for instance, okay, you have absolutely no reason whatsoever to not be on social media, to not be on social media creating content. Okay, if just this literally could be the difference between, like, you getting all these extra customers that you otherwise would not have gotten if you did not start creating content. If you, let's just say, you're a restaurant owner or whatever local business you have, right, and you are constantly creating content about your business and getting the word out there. People, remember, this stuff goes out, right? It goes out to tons of people beyond your immediate circle of influence, right? And guess what? Like, with these, a lot of these apps, like even on TikTok, for example, And even in fact, even on YouTube, like a lot of them, right? When you do post your content, right? If you are a local business owner, it gives you the ability to post like your city in there, right? Like when you post like where you are located. And guess what? That's going to push a lot of that information out to a lot of the people who are there in your area locally, and someone who may have never heard of your business ever, right? All of a sudden, they know about it and they have a problem that comes at one time. Guess what's going to happen, right? You start becoming an option or something that they think about. Or like when people get hungry, they want to go eat. They're thinking about what restaurant to go to, right? If they've never heard about your business, right? And you're only reliant on word of mouth, the people that do know about your business that come through your area, well, all of a sudden creating content, right? Creating content is going to give you the ability to attract more people to your business, okay? Right? Whether it is a brick and mortar business that you have or whether it is a digital business, right? If whether it's a, physical business or a digital business, right? And it's the same thing, you're create why are we creating this content? You're creating this content to get the word out in your business, and people will get to see you more and more and more. And guess what happens when people start to see you more often, right? They get to start knowing you a little bit more, right, as a person and who you are, right? And guess what happens after that? When people start getting to know you, guess what happens after that? All of a sudden now they start to get to perhaps like you, maybe, okay? Right? And that also breeds trust, right? And now all of a sudden people start to trust you. And when that happens, when you have those three components, the know, like, and trust factor, right? People are going to pull out their wallets to buy from you. Okay, that's just basically how that works. And this applies to whatever type of, like, this is not just like people look at content creation and they look at all these influence or whatever the case may be, right? They look at it as only an online thing, right? And if you have a traditional brick and mortar business, right, whatever kind of business that you're running, whether it's online, offline, I don't care, right? Create content, start creating content, and you will see your business, the needle in your business move, okay? But of course that's not going to happen overnight. Like I said, it's something that you have to do on a regular basis, consistently, and for an extended period of time, right? The more times you get in front of other people, the more times they see you, right? The more you start to stick, right? The more you start to become the go-to person for whatever problem it is that they have, okay? Right? Or whatever desire it is that they want to fulfill. Let's just say in the instance of the restaurant that I gave it earlier, right? Somebody wants to eat, right? And you start popping up as an option. Or people who, even if they don't want to eat, for example, like let's just say again back to that restaurant business, right? Even if they don't necessarily are even if they're not necessarily feeling hungry at the time, but then they come across your play your content that you created, okay? And then all of a sudden now they're aware of your restaurant and whatever it is that you provide, right? They see it, like whatever you're promoting in the content, whatever your special is, and they see that. All of a sudden now it's like, oh, now you're giving people a reason who otherwise would never have come to your business or restaurant. Now you're giving them a reason to come, right? You're giving them a reason to come and see your place and go try. Oh, we go check out this new restaurant, right? So those are all things for you to keep in mind. Like content is everything, right? And it's like this is something, it's like the new lottery ticket in essence, okay? It's like the new lottery ticket. Like if you, let's just say, if lottery tickets were free, all right? If lottery tickets were free, how many of them would you buy? Well, not buy since they're free, right? How many of them would you get if you could just go pick up pick up as lottery tickets without having to pay for them, which would give you the chance to win win the Powerball or win the whatever it is that is out there. How many of them would you get, right? You would get as many as possible, right? You would get as many of them as you can, right? Well, guess what else is free that's out there that can really make a difference for you? The content, right? Creating content. Every piece of content that you create and put out there on the internet, that is in essence kind of like it can be like a lottery ticket. Okay, welcome David Kostak. Welcome. For those of you who are just joining for the first time, by the way, my name is Christian. We're here talking about making money online with digital marketing and affiliate marketing. Creating content and using that to make to promote whatever it is that you want to promote, whether that's your personal business. All right, thank you guys. I appreciate you tapping on the screen. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. Appreciate it. Let me know in the comments where people are watching from, right? Like if you, I always find so my name's Christian. I'm in Greensboro. I'm in Greensboro, North Carolina. We'll soon be moving to Florida. I always find it interesting to know how far these lives get. So Tavares, is it Tavares, Top Shelf, and to all these people joining? Let me know in the comments where you guys are watching from, right? Let me know where you're watching from. Where are people watching from? All right, let me see. Let me know in the comments, guys, and don't as well. If you're on YouTube, obviously, right? Here we're looking for likes, right, to help push these out to more people. If you are on TikTok, go ahead and tap the screen, right? Go ahead and tap the screen, or tap on my nose. How I'll put it that way, right? Double tap on my nose if you are, yeah. If you're out here, double tap on my nose. Welcome, Diwan. Right. So let's see, guys. Yeah, so this we're basically talking about how regular individuals can get started, right, making money with content. How content, I look at the way I look at content now. I see these as like these are like the new free lottery tickets, so to speak. Okay, right, because it doesn't cost any money to get your to post on social media right now, right? Whip your phone out, start creating, right? Start creating this, and it doesn't have to be anything crazily elaborate. That's the funny thing, right? That's another reason why a lot of people shy away from they shy away from getting started doing this stuff because they think it's like it's got to be like this huge wild big production and all type of stuff, right? They think it's got to be this big production, whereas it does not. Okay, it doesn't have to be, right? Like people are reaching so many people from really basic stuff, like just recording things from their everyday life, right? A piece of content could be as simple as recording yourself doing the dishes or whatever the case may be, right? And you've got text on screen talking about whatever it is that you want to be talking about, trying to reach whatever audience it is that you're trying to reach, okay? But just create and produce, right? I know some people are camera shy, right? They don't want to put their faces on camera, right? They don't want to do lives like I'm doing right now. They don't want to even create videos with their faces, right? Showing welcome, Rebel Poor. Rebel, let me see, are you aware of people making money online with affiliate marketing and digital marketing? Is that something you're aware of, or is it something that you are just new to? Content, creating content. Is Rebel? Is it Rebel? I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly, right? Rebel Poor, or is it Zandra? I'm not sure. Let me know. Is your name Rebel? Am I pronouncing your name correctly? Rebel Poor? No. Or is your name Zandra? Right? Because I'm looking here. I'm looking here at your profile here, and I see Zandra in there. I'm guessing I can't tell if the name is Zandra or if the name is Rebel Poor. I always ask. I always like to know people's first names. Right. My name's Christian, by the way. I always like to know people's first names so I can like kind of address them by their first names. It feels more like we're having a conversation as opposed to just a one-way street with me over here flapping my gums endlessly. Right. So but yeah, but yeah. So guys, that's something to really consider and get started with, right? Now, if you wanted some assistance, right, like some training and stuff that would show you how to go about creating content with the right messaging to give you the best possible chance of turning those views and eyeballs and people watching your content to convert that into actual sales, right? You need to have some kind of, right, if you've never done this before, right, if you've never done this before, you definitely want to learn like the basics, right? You want to learn like how to create content that's actually going to convert. Okay, you want to learn how to create content that's actually going to convert, right? And one of the places, in fact, there you can learn that from so many different places, right? But the way I got started with all this in relation to, creating content and doing stuff on social media and all that, the way I got started was through a course called Digital Wealth Academy, right? Digital Wealth Academy is the course that I recommend for any beginner, anybody that is interested in getting started with making money online through through content creation, which you would use for your digital marketing and and affiliate marketing efforts. Okay, welcome, Jesus. Jesus, I praise thee. Is that correct? I don't know if I'm reading that correctly. Okay, but yeah, so that's what I recommend. And for those who, I mean, if you one of the things that I like to do, right, just so people know what it is that they are getting into, is to share it. Oh, welcome, M's Online World. One of my digital marketing friends is here. Welcome, M. Hope you're doing well today. Hope you're doing well today. Um, but yeah, so guys, if you are interested, right, if you would like to see the inside of Digital Wealth Academy and everything that you would be getting, right, if you would like to see the inside, let me know. Just drop a one in the comments if you would be interested in seeing what is inside the Digital Wealth Academy, so I can sure. The reason I want to know that people are actually interested in seeing that. Otherwise, I wouldn't want to waste time, or I wouldn't want to waste anybody's time, or bore anybody to death if I'm not already boring them already, right? By just like opening the screen and showing, right, what's on the inside, if nobody's really actually interested in seeing what's in there. Okay. So at any given time, drop a one in the chat. Drop a one in the chat if you want to see the inside of a Digital Wealth Academy, right? Drop a one if you'd like to see the inside of a Digital Wealth Academy, and like I'll take you through everything, basically everything that you would be getting access to. Okay. Um, or other than that, if anyone has any other questions, right, please let me know. Right, please let me know. If you have any questions for me with regards to getting started and how to get started, making money online with digital marketing and affiliate marketing and content creation, right? I always say this, right? Content is key. Oh, how much have you made from this? How much have I made from this? So well, just well over 50,000, right? Well over 50,000. Like, it's not. It's and this is one of the reason why I hesitate to even mention. The reason why I even hesitate to mention that, like numbers, like you'll see a lot of times, you'll come on these lives and you'll see people flashing like how much money they've made and all that, right? The reason I even hesitate to mention, because especially towards beginners, right? They come in with false expectations, right? They will see people are making these crazy amounts of money, right? They'll see people are making these crazy amounts of money, and they see that as an expectation for themselves as well, right? They'll see that and just assume, okay, well, I can just go ahead and purchase the course, and then I'm just going to start making money. But I'm sorry, it just does not work that way, right? I appreciate the tapping on the screen, guys, right? It just doesn't work that way, right? Everybody's journey is going to be different. Now, I will admit that definitely, like I obviously could be making a whole lot more if I came out here and I'm talking about, oh, how much, I made this amount of money, I made that, and blah blah blah. Because obviously it's a pain. That's what money is what drives people to sometimes blindly make a purchase, right? But I'm going to be the last person to sit here and tell you that, oh, because I've made X number of dollars, that you too, like when you get started, you too are also going to make that amount of money. I'm sorry, it just does not. Like it's not that. Like, I'm not gonna promise pie in the sky, right? You actually have to put in the work. Like, what I will tell you, right? This stuff absolutely works. Okay, it absolutely works, but it only works if you put in the work. Okay. Now, like I mentioned earlier, For anybody that wants to see the inside of Digital Wealth Academy, just drop a one in the comments so I can show you. Because like I'm not gonna sit here and waste time or wait or bore anybody to death by, just record, showing the screen and everything that's in there if it's not something that you want to see, right? But anybody that is interested in seeing what is on the inside of Digital Wealth Academy, please let me know. Okay, please let me know, and I will flip the screen here and I'll show you the inside of the course. Okay, so drop a one in the comments. Drop a one in the comments if you want to see the inside of Digital Wealth Academy and everything that you would be learning from the inside, right? When it comes to like creating content, and by the way, it does teach you how to make money in 15 different ways. Okay, they have like it's like 15 different streams of income. So I don't want anybody to feel like the only way they would make money from this is from reselling the course. Okay, right? There's so many different ways to make money inside that they teach you inside Digital Wealth Academy, and reselling the course as an affiliate is just one of 15 different ways. Okay, right? And so don't for one second feel like, and that's the other thing too, don't feel like the only way to generate sales is by going live, like what I'm doing right now. Going live is just one of, in terms of creating content, right? Like I mentioned earlier, content is king, right? And distributing that content is queen, right? Because your content that you create is no good if you don't put it out there, right? If you don't spread it. So going live is just one of many ways to get your content out there. Okay. But as you will learn inside Digital Wealth Academy, right? As you will learn, there are so many different ways to do this, and one included in those ways are creating content that does not require you to show your face. In essence, what they essentially refer to as faceless digital marketing. Okay, faceless digital marketing is what they call that, and it's just basically the ability to go out there and create content, right? Like I mentioned earlier, content is king, but you need to get it out there, right? You can still create content that does not require you to put your face on camera if you don't want to. I always recommend it if you're comfortable with that. And the reason I do is because it's easier and a lot quicker to build trust with people, right? People like to buy from people, right? People want to buy from people. And when you show up, you show your face, people know who you are, right? Over time, they see you more often, they'll get to that point where they start getting to know you, like you, and trust you. And once you have those three components together, right, all mixed together, that is the recipe for generating sales. Okay, that's the recipe for generating sales. So which is why I always tell people, if you can stomach it and you can get over it, right, I encourage people to go with face forward when it comes to their marketing stuff. Okay, as opposed to going faceless. But don't get me wrong, you can very well do this faceless as well. There are people who have made, well, like that I know of, who have made north of $1 million creating content, right? Creating content without ever showing their faces on camera, without ever going live, right? Without doing any of that stuff, right? So it absolutely can be done. Okay, absolutely can be done. So, but anyway, anybody have any other questions? Anybody have any other questions? Anybody have any other questions? Any other questions from anyone? Let me know. Anybody have any other questions? I'm here. You request to follow. Okay, private account. All right, people. I see some people here. Anybody have any other questions? Gogo. Let's see. Gogo joined. Anyone have any other questions for me? So one of the things, like these, and again, this might have something to do with me still being a little bit newer, so I don't know. But these platforms, they do not, especially TikTok. TikTok has not been particularly friendly to me lately in terms of like pushing out content. And I've seen, at least one of the things that I've come to realize is, yeah, this is the other thing too, right? Like when it comes to like this content creation with all these different platforms, you've got to start figuring you've got to they have their algorithms, the way they work, and if there's one thing that they will punish, like one thing that they do like is consistency, right? You need to give these algorithms some kind of some degree of consistency. All right, you got to give them consistency, and one of those things, right? As opposed, um, when I say consistency, ideally you want to be creating and posting content on a daily basis if you can. But the one thing that I'm starting to see and realize, especially with here on TikTok, is um, it's more not only consistency, but I feel like they want to see you go on. If you do lives, go on at a pretty much set time every single time every day, right? Maybe that helps them know where and how to place you, and and maybe draw a certain particular set of people to you who are typically online at a given time. I'm not exactly sure, but I have been, if I will be fair and say, I will definitely say that I have been kind of all over the place in terms of the times that I do come on live. I'm sure it definitely helps if you come on a daily basis, at a set time, right? At a particular set time, which not only does it help the algorithm, I guess, I suppose, but it also helps the people that do follow you, right? If they know that you're coming on at a certain time on a daily basis and you're consistently coming on at that time, they will know to maybe schedule their own stuff that they have going on that day around that time, if they are so inclined to want to attend any one of your lives. Okay. So, guys, if you have any questions, right? If you have any questions, please drop them in the comment section. I will be sure to respond. Um, any questions for me? Drop them in the comments. I'll be sure to respond. I will be jumping off here in the next 20 minutes or so. But anybody, before I do, just let me know in the chat if you have any questions for me. All right. And for those of you who are just joining for the first time, and well, for those of you that have been on for a little bit, please forgive me for I'm sure you've already noticed, but I tend to repeat myself quite a bit for the simple fact that we have people jumping in and out, right? And people coming in and people coming out, and people who might not have heard what I said earlier, right? So for their sake, I do tend to repeat a lot of the stuff that I've been saying, right? Um, but yeah, any questions for me for anybody that is joining or anybody that's just getting started, anybody interested in getting started to begin with, right? Um, let's see. All right. So, for those of you that are just joining for the first time, though, my name is Christian. I'm currently in North Carolina, and we are basically talking about getting started and making money online here, right? With digital marketing and affiliate marketing. Welcome, Laline. Am I pronouncing your name correctly? Please let me know. Is it Laline? Laline? Drop a one for me, Laline, if I'm pronouncing your name correctly. And yes, okay, that's awesome, Laline. Laline, are you aware of people making money online with digital marketing and affiliate marketing? Like, do you know what affiliate marketing is? Have you heard of it before? Are you aware of it? Yes, okay. The next question I have for you, is it something that you have ever been interested in getting started with? All right. Same goes for you guys here on YouTube. If you let me know if you are aware of uh, let me know. Oh, okay, you are aware of it. Right, yeah. So yes was okay. Got you. Have you actually started? Like, have you like are you actively doing any digital marketing, Laline, right now? Like, are you learning, or do you have a business going already? Have you purchased any courses? Right. Oh, you are not. Okay. When you say you are not, right? Please forgive me if you already answered this, because I'm not. I forget what those two yeses came from. Wait, when you say I am not, are you basically talking about that you're not interested in getting started with affiliate marketing or making money online with digital marketing? When you say I am not, um, oh, you are not doing affiliate marketing. Okay. Are you doing any kind of business online at the moment? Are you doing any kind of business online? I mean, because that's affiliate marketing is just one form of doing this stuff, all right? Like, are you doing anything online right now with when it comes to content creation? No. Okay. All right. This is the last question I have for you, right? And like, no. Do you have any interest? Do you have any interest in getting started? I guess that's where, like, your next comment that comes up now, I'll know whether which question you are answering, right? I know, I understand. No, you're not currently doing anything, but do you? This is the last question I have for you. Do you have any interest, right? Do you have any interest in getting started with whether it's with any kind of online business, right? Whether it's affiliate marketing, digital marketing, or just content creation in general, right? Do you have any interest in doing that? That's the last question I have for you. I am, but behind the camera. Okay. So, oh, are you saying faceless, right? Not on screen. Okay, not on screen. Okay, I see. I think if I understand you correctly, where you're basically getting at is you want to get started doing affiliate marketing and digital marketing, but you just don't want to be on camera, right? Like basically it's what they call faceless digital marketing, right? You basically want to start doing this stuff, but you're not comfortable being you don't want to be on camera, you don't want to have your face in any of the content that you're creating and all that type of stuff, right? Well, the good news for you is that there are ways to do that, right? There are ways to do that. Because one of the things that I always tell people, right, especially beginners who are getting started, I was the same way, right? This is just a fear or a thing that I had to overcome, right? I never wanted to be on camera. If you had told me just a few years back that I was going to be someone that would be on camera doing videos and let alone doing like going live and all that stuff, I would have said you're absolutely crazy, okay? And I'm not here to try to convince you to get on camera or try to put your face on camera, which if you do decide to do that, that would be great. That would be awesome, right? But you do have options, right? You can still get involved with making money online, right? With digital marketing and affiliate marketing without ever having to show your face on camera, right? There are people that I inside my community, this my community, well, it's not mine. I'm an affiliate for the product, right? Digital Wealth Academy, where I learn how to do all this stuff, and they have an entire section of people like a testimonials area of people who have made tons of money online without ever showing their face, right? Just doing faceless digital marketing. I actually could show you the inside if you wanted to see and the testimonial style, like they have so there's a tab, right, for people just sharing their wins, like how much money they've made and all their accomplishments and how many followers they've gained, and all the learning and transformations they've been making, right? There's a general tab for everybody, and then there's another one for people, right? There's another one for people who are doing faceless, okay? Only that, so who are big, like I always hesitate to say this only because I don't want to give the wrong impression and get people to think that that's would be happening for them too, right? But believe it or not, we have people in that community who have made over $1 million, right, online from faceless digital marketing, right? Without ever showing, like till this day, we know of them and their profiles and things, but we don't know we don't know what they look like, right? We have no idea what they look like. Welcome Dominion, right? So it's a real thing, right? Doing this, making money online with digital marketing and affiliate marketing without showing your face. I've done it too. So there is a product that I would had been promoting in the manifestation niche. It's a digital product, right? And it's still there. It's on ClickBank, right? You may or may not have heard of it, but there's a platform called ClickBank, which is like the biggest, one of the biggest platforms that hosts a bunch of like the biggest affiliate network with a bunch of different digital products, right? And I had a profile, right? I had a social media. It was actually here on TikTok, right? I still have it, by the way. I still have it, right? where I was promoting digital products, right? Digital products from that platform, right? That I did not own, that I did not have to create, right? I don't have to do any customer service. I don't have to worry about any shipping and handling, right? I don't have to worry about managing inventory, right? I just all my only job, right, as an affiliate marketer is to promote the product, right? To learn digital marketing so that I can get my link of the product, right, as an affiliate, right? Because affiliate marketing is just it's a simple business model that allows regular individuals like you and I to promote other people's products and services, right, in return for an affiliate commission, right, as a result of our digital marketing efforts to promote their product, right? So as a beginner, you don't have to create your own, you don't have to, do any of that stuff. And so the way I promoted that product was with, faceless digital marketing, right? Where I never showed my face. I never even had my voice on camera, right? And all it is just creating various different pieces of content, different pieces of content and promoting them on the various different social media platforms with your unique affiliate link, right? That the vendor gives you. And when people see your content online, right, with the right, if you have provided you have the right messaging and the right strategy and all that, that is, and which is something that you will learn, that they'll teach you inside Digital Wealth Academy, right? When you have the right strategy and people start, you start attracting the right people who are interested in the products that you're promoting, you'll find them start clicking on your affiliate links, making purchases, and that's how you, as an affiliate, would make money, right? Without anybody ever seeing your face and knowing who you are. And I get that. I completely get that, because that's exactly the way I was when I started. I get that people, when they get started, they kind of want to stay under the radar. They don't want their friends and family to know that they're doing this thing, because they don't want to get laughed at, maybe, or whatever reason you have for not wanting to, appear on camera, right? And trust me, I completely get it. Okay, because it took me personally, it took me a lot longer than I even care to admit, right? To get over the fear of being on camera and putting myself out there on social media, because this is the truth, right? Once you accept that once you decide you're going to put yourself out there on social media, showing your face, and putting your thoughts and opinions out there, there's no two ways around it. You're going to get criticized, right? Obviously, the good thing is, like, for the most part, right, the overwhelming majority of people that care for you and rock with you and that follow you, the overwhelming majority will be positive, right? But you will, this is not a matter of if, right? You will eventually come across people who don't agree with you, or and will have nasty things to say about you, right? But that's all part of the game, right? And that's where going faceless comes in pretty handy for a lot of people too, right? Like, they would just much rather go do this stuff faceless, without showing their, so whereby they get the opportunity to make money without anybody ever knowing that it's them. Okay. So, and I learned how to do all of this stuff, right? This was inside that Digital Wealth Academy. But for those of you that are here, whether it's on TikTok or here on YouTube, right? And please forgive me for those of you who are just joining. If you keep seeing me looking left and right, like I've got my head on a swivel, is because I'm on two different platforms and I'm trying to monitor the comments on both sides, making sure that I'm not missing anybody's questions. Laleen, if you have any questions for me, please put them in the chat. I will be glad to answer. That is the reason why I do a lot of these lives, right? Not only to get the message out there, but also to answer, if I do, because I do tend to get messages in my DMs. But I do these just so that I can answer people's questions in real time. So if you do have any questions for me, let me know. And if you would like to see the inside of Digital Wealth Academy, right? What I was talking about with all where I can show you like the testimonials and all the different things that you would be learning. Let me know. Just let me know inside the chat if you would like to see, and I'll flip my camera around and show you, right? Um, and if you like to, let me know in the comments, right? Let me know in the comments if you're still here, Laleen. Let me know if you would be it, drop a one. Oh yes, please show me the academy. All right, let me go ahead and flip my flip my camera around. Okay, let's see. I want to share my screen as well. All right, so let me grab this. Let's see. Let's go ahead and flip my camera. Okay. All right. So this flip my camera and then also share my screen here for those on YouTube. Okay. All right. Uh, let me see. View tab studio. Okay, but I need to also be doing this. All right. So this is the inside of Digital Wealth Academy. If you can see this, Laline, let me know. Be sure to let me know in the comments if what I'm sharing is not clear or anything, or if I'm in the way, right? So this is okay. All right. So this is the inside, right? It's hosted on a platform called School. Okay. It's hosted on a platform called School. And this is like the entire community, right? Where there's over 126,000 members in here, right? Currently 416 online, right? And there's a reason why it is like the fastest growing community, right? Because it's like one of the best out there in essence, right? This is the community tab, right? Where anybody comes and says whatever they want to say. Let me show you the test. This is the testimonials area here, right here. So if I click on that, this is the tab where people come in and they just come and share their wins, right? Sale number one, I did it. All right, first sale, keep shooting, mi progreso, Spanish. Oh, I forgot to mention, the course is taught. It comes in 6 different languages, which include English, Spanish, French, Italian, German, and Portuguese. Okay, so anybody that has success, testimonials, and all that, struggling for a sale, right? People also, that's the other thing. I always like to be share. Like I like to be honest and share. Like it's not all peaches and cream, right? All roses. Like some people too. It's not everybody that is necessarily seeing success, right? Finding a way, first sale, 3K plus in my first month, the first 1.5K in 2.5 months, under 450 followers. Grateful for DWA, right? Made another sale. Okay, so this is the overall general type of people making money. They do teach 15 different ways to make money online, and I'm going to show you the classrooms in just a second. This is the tab I was telling you about. So here where you see faceless testimonials, these are all the people, the only testimonials that you see in here. These are people who, so I've switched over the tab. These are people who have had success making money, right? Without ever showing their face on camera. And it's so funny. Some of them here, they don't even show their faces. Like here, this Felicia Ang, she doesn't even show her face here in the community, right? But she said 7 mil views in the last 30 days. Okay, so she's basically sharing her win there in terms of how many views she got. Why do some people still have stand stores? A different question. Finally, it worked. Okay, if 27 sales were possible last month, imagine how many what this month holds. Okay, so these are all people inside Faceless attraction marketing, 250,000 faceless. So this person right here called Faceless Vibes, who incidentally is also hiding their face here inside the community. They don't want people to, I guess they don't want to show their face anywhere, right? You would think with the content, right, that they don't show their face and then maybe they'll be willing to show it in here, but no. All right, so this one says she made a quarter. I'm assuming it's a she. I don't know. It could be a he as well. Made 250,000 of faceless. Okay, no, it's a she. My name is Leah, right? I'm a wife and mom of 4 kiddos. A little over a year ago, my mom was suffering from cancer, and I was taking care of her right after my fourth. Let me see. Let me open that. Let's see. I was taking care. I was. Let's see. I was praying to God for an opportunity to help me and my husband pay off debt that has been tormenting us for years. I came across a reel from a girl saying she had made 20K plus in 1 month selling digital products. I watched for 5 months because I was skeptical, but that only kept me more stuck, depressed, and broke. Watching eventually turned. Oh my gosh. Okay, there's a lot here. Okay. Laline, I don't know if you want me to go through that entire thing. That's quite a bit. I don't want to spend too long there. Unless you want to see it, just let me know. But That was a lot. That was a long testimonial, right? No, it's okay. All right. New here. Let's increase our reach. Blah blah blah. Okay, so these go on for like I could we could, yeah, I get it exactly. We could spend hours here. So let me go ahead and show the classroom itself. All right. So this is the class. So they have a calendar here as well. Before I get to the classroom, these are all live coaching and live coachings that they have like once a week, right? Masterclass taught by an eight-figure earner, someone who's made eight figures in this space, right? They're approaching Richard Yu. He's believe it or not, selling digital products and services, right? He's made close to $30 million, right? Which is so the good thing about that is that you know that you're going to be learning from people that actually know what they're talking about. Okay, so inside the classroom, so here's the classroom, right? And you see all the different modules, right? It says start here. Everything is laid out for you step by step, right? So it says start here. There's a mindset module, which is extremely important, right? Introduction to digital marketing, foundations, digital. And by the way, let me open. This is just one classroom. So when you click on it, right? When you click on it, it opens up, and then you have all these different sections under each module, right? And each one of them has its own video, right? So this is Richard, the guy I was telling you about, who's made, I think he said he's going to crack 30 million this year, right? So on each one of these, you'll see under each module, it's going to take you, like a little bit, quite a bit of time to get through all the material in here, right? But then again, you don't even necessarily have to go through every single one of these modules because, like I told you, they teach 15 different ways in here to make money online, right? 15 different ways. And reselling the course as an affiliate, whereby you earn an 85% commission, which amounts to about $422.45 per sale. That is just one of the ways, right? Because the course itself does cost about 497 one time, and you always get updates, everything. However, they do have plans available, right? So you don't have to pay the entire thing up front. They do have plans available. So setting up, right, beacons, set up with fan bases. This is just basically showing you how to, basically get your store up and running where you promote the digital products that you're going to be promoting, right? There's several different ways. They teach you how to do all of them. Email marketing, extremely important. I'm sure you've been getting stuff from Amazon and all these different places. Like you get emails with like maybe with deals and coupons, right? And which you end up using and make you do the same thing here with your digital marketing. That's how you like really exponentially grow your business, right? It's one of those things that a lot of people ignore, but once you start implementing that, that can substantially grow your business. Okay, so they'll teach you how to do all of that, right? Set up your building trust, content vault. So they have a content vault here where they'll give you a lot of the marketing materials that you can use, right? Where without having to show your face, right? The ultimate branding guides, right? So branding is another thing that's important. Attraction marketing, so you don't have to go bothering friends and family, right? Like you usually see in all those MLMs, right? They'll tell you to write down a list of all your friends and family. You don't need to do all of that, right? You want to do your marketing. In fact, you will learn how to do your marketing so much so that people come to you. Only people that are interested will come to you. Okay. Selling in stories. This is in Instagram. And by the way, this selling in stories and selling in your DMs. This is in your stories, right? This is something that I for the longest time completely ignored. Okay. Stories, right? Stories sell. Okay. Facts. There's a saying: facts tell, but stories sell. It is so important, right? Telling stories, right? The way you, it's not just random stories, right? It's not just random stories. They'll teach you how to do it in a way that generates sales for you. Okay. Faceless marketing. This is all for you, Laline, right here. This entire module right here, right? So this is basic. Okay. So you'll see in here, there's several different videos. There's an introduction, overview of the benefits, right? So that's one video. That's another video. So you'll see all the different things that you want to know about until when it comes to your faceless marketing, understanding your niche, right? And then under here, there's all these different areas. Like it goes pretty in depth, okay, right? And then the content creation, right? The strategies and content banks, right? Three-step system for content, how to engage in your content, sales strategy. I mean, there's a drop. I hope I'm showing this. There you go. There's a drop down box there for all of that. and then there's a conclusion, right? So this is all like people who want to only people who are interested in doing digital marketing, but they don't ever want to show their face. Okay. So like this is there's ways to do that as well, right? And this class, like I mean, the modules are we'll be sitting here for a long time if I try to go through every single one of them. There's a section there, men's digital marketing. Obviously for you, Laleen, you would not bother you like there's no need for you to even bother watching that module, right? Unless you have some kind of product that you want to promote to men facelessly, you can do that too. But and then the you know the different platforms, all things Instagram, right? Your digital product guide. If you were interested in creating your own digital product because you don't want to, let's just say for whatever reason you don't want to sell the course itself, it'll teach you how to create your own. If you have any kind of knowledge in whatever it is, right? You know, drawing from your professional life or any issues or problems that you've dealt with and overcome in your life, right? You can package your knowledge into a digital product, right? And sell it. Okay. They teach you how to do all of that, right? And the various platforms to put your product on and where to sell them, how to price them, right? And all of that stuff. They're going to show you. Then the reel system. Like I didn't even know. Like I've never been a social media person myself. Like I told you, I'd never been one to want to be on camera and all that type of stuff. Like this is a huge transformation for me, right? But doing like I didn't even know how to put up reels on Instagram, right? They'll show you how to do all the everything, the basics, everything reels, content creation, right? Content avenue. There, cap how to do the editing. That's another thing that I'm severely lacking on, right? That I'm severely lacking on. I've started, you know, I've been learning through everything that I'm getting inside here in Digital Wealth Academy, like how to edit. Then there's photography, videography, right? Showing you how to make money from all of those. And this is only page one, okay? Then there's next side, right? I'm sure, I don't know if you guys have seen, a lot of people have started creating these AI personas, right? You can create like your AI twin, create your AI twin. If you don't want to like show yourself on camera, you can create like an imaginary persona that doesn't exist, but that looks really real. That's using AI, right? They teach you how to do that stuff here, right? So this is like the evolution of doing faceless, Laleen. If you felt like, okay, maybe you might be able to connect with people more, you can create a person with, you know, with AI, right? And you have that as your person, and nobody would ever know it's you, right? You can create them where they don't look like you, and that's the next step, right? Canva essentials, right? We're showing you how to use Canva, right? And then and by the way, don't forget, like remember, all these modules is not just one video. When you click into the module, right? When you click on the module, it opens up to multiple different classes as well. Okay. So it'll teach you how to, you know, how to operate on Canva, how to create and resizing features and all that. Okay. These are all things that I had no clue how to do, and I still have to go back and rewatch a lot of these videos, because I noticed, like, if you'll notice, every time there's a way. The first time I went through, I keep forgetting to click on the green button on the button to show that I've completed, right? Then there's full business automations, right? This is you might have often heard about people making money in their sleep, right? This is how that works, right? You set up automations in the background, so much so that when people are ready to buy whatever it is you're selling, right? You don't physically have to be present to, you know, be on the phone and or helping people process their orders and all that. They will teach you how to set everything up in the background, so much so that you don't have to be present and your business can still be running in the background. That's the beauty of digital, like having an online business, right? Everything's running in the background, and then sales, you know, so much that you don't have to be present for a sale to come through, right? So full business automations, whether it's like using manage, like for example, I don't know if you've seen where people will create content on social media platforms like Instagram, and then they'll say comment ready or comment this or whatever, right? To get my free guide or to get whatever product you're promoting. You can set automations in the background, like with one called ManyChat, whereby when someone does comment, it will automatically, without you having to respond manually, it will automatically send them your product or so whatever it is that they ask for, right? And that's how, you know, it'll automatically send it to them, and they can go look at the page, whatever you're selling, click, make the purchase, with everything that you have set up, okay, and you don't have to worry about being present. That's how people, you often hear people talking about making money in their sleep, right? It's stuff like that, right? How to legally protect your business. They go over that as well. And then affiliate marketing, which I was talking about earlier, right? They'll teach you that. There's a whole module in that. Everything TikTok, okay? Everything TikTok and TikTok Shop. Like if you want to, you've heard of people making so much money with TikTok Shop, right? Affiliate marketing on TikTok Shop. They teach you that inside here. And then look at this mod. This is a module that I just recently went through myself. As you can see, I remember this time around to go click on, click on the various, completions, right? This is doing TikTok live, right? Which is what I'm doing right now. Okay. So I'm implementing exactly what I learned inside the course as far as like, I didn't know how to do TikTok live. I didn't even know how to start it. I didn't know how to do any of that stuff. But then they show, these are all the different modules. Like each one of these is a video, right? And don't be worried, right? These are not like hour, 2 hour long videos and all that stuff. They put it for you in like little bite sizes so that it's easy to digest. Okay. So I went through this module and then I started learning how to do TikTok lives to promote whatever it is that you want to promote. Okay. The next thing that I'm looking to get back to, which I have not yet gone through at all, right? I have not gone through it all. The next thing that I'm targeting is this TikTok shop. I want to learn how to do TikTok shop because I'm hearing and seeing people making ridiculous amounts of money with TikTok shop. Okay. Like I saw a kid the other day I ran into and he's talking about making, people 20K in a day, right? Is insane, or 30, 50K in a month and all that type of stuff, right? I don't understand. Like I have a basic understanding of how TikTok shop works and how people make money with it. It's predominantly physical products, but the margins are so small on physical products, right? So much so that when you do make an affiliate sale, you're only earning like maybe $1, $2, $3 per sale. So initially I was like, I want to stick more to digital products, but then because of the way TikTok works, right? TikTok shop is how like if let's say you have a video go viral, then all of a sudden it's getting millions of views. That's how people are making those ridiculous amounts of money, right? Like for those affiliate commissions from the products, right? Then there's a UGC course, right? Which is user generated content. They show you how to, this is where other brands will pay you to promote their stuff, on, promote their products and give them your whatever it is that you use to create the promotion, and they will promote it on their social media platforms so that you don't have to put it on yours. Okay. Then how to create, sell your own digital product, high ticket sales masterclass, drop shipping. They teach you how to do all of that. Chat GPT, health and wellness. If you were into fitness and all that type of stuff, they'll show you how to do that. How to make money in that niche, right? All things Pinterest as well, right? That's another place that is of high interest to me, right? Because like I was talking about earlier, if you make content, you want to distribute it as far and wide as you can, right? So when I create my videos, I want to have them on Pinterest, I want to have them on TikTok, I want to have them on Instagram, on YouTube, all over the place, right? YouTube monetization, right? They teach you how to do all of that. Monetize with Amazon as well, okay? So, and here's the thing, like I said, network marketing is in here too as well. I forgot about that, which I have no interest in doing whatsoever. You might like it, but personally, I don't care for network marketing, right? That's not something I'll do. Print on demands in here as well. Then blending to, so like I said, there's like 15 different ways, right? The art of influence, selling on Facebook as well. That's another platform. Men's branding essentials. Laleen, you wouldn't have to worry about that either. Again, like I said, unless you are promoting to men. Time management, they teach you there. Recorded calls, PLR vault, right? All these things are there, and the list goes on. And then Spanish and the different languages, okay? And so let me go ahead and flip the camera back, and while I'm talking, right, like I always tell people, like, this is, if you have any questions, right, make sure you do ask me, because that's why I'm here, so I can answer any questions that anybody has. Okay, be sure to ask me any questions that you have. Okay, and what was I saying about that? Let me see. Stop. Yeah, so what I was saying is that they show you there's like 15 different ways, right? 15 different ways to make money online. And I do not I would not encourage anybody, like someone who's getting started, I would not advise you to try to do all 15 all at once when you're getting started, because you're just going to spread yourself thin and overwhelm yourself. Okay. You want to pick, I would suggest that you pick one, two, or three at the max, right? Focus on those, get good at them, get money, start making sales, let them come through. And once you've got it automated and you've got a system going, then start adding different streams of income. Okay. Like gradually. You don't want to do too much all at once, because you'll end up, are you pleased with your income through the program? Yes, I am. Absolutely. I am. And that's the thing, right? That is the thing. Like I always tell people, like when with beginners and all that, like I will be the last person to tell you to guarantee you any kind of income, right? Because I don't know what your income, like I don't know what your work ethic is, right? Like it's sad, but some people will purchase a course like this, right, and do nothing with it, right? If you just purchase the course and don't do the work, the only way it's you're not you have to do the you actually have to do the stuff. And it's simple stuff, right? It's simple work. It's simple. It's just where people struggle is that they're not consistent. You have to do the stuff, the simple stuff. You got to do it consistently every single day on a daily basis, okay? To give yourself the best possible chance of succeeding with it. All right. So that's all that's really the main thing about it. Now, if you here's the thing about it too, right? One of the things that I do for those who do decide to purchase the program through me while on live, I always provide, you will get my personal phone number, okay? So I can provide that extra support to help you and make sure, you'll get my personal phone number, which you can use to text me as often as you want to. We can jump on a call as need be if you want to do that. I'm very open to doing that. Okay. And then the other thing too that I would also be happy to do is like maybe for the first 2 months after you do purchase the course, one thing that I do offer is like my free mentorship, which is something I normally charge for. But I'll do that where for the first 2 months, I'll be happy to jump on a Zoom call with you once a week, about half an hour or so, just to, like touch bases, also coach, make sure that you're serve as an accountability partner. Let's just put it that way, right? Because I want you to succeed with this, right? I want you to succeed with this. And where people fall short is because they get in and then they do this stuff. They may do one or two little pieces of content and do maybe after a week. And because they're not seeing money overnight, like what they saw other people make, they give up. Either they say it doesn't work, or no, you've got to consistently put in the effort for an extended period of time. It's not rocket science. It's not complicated at all. It's just a matter of putting in the work. Like just people do this in like 2 to 3 hours a day. And it's just a matter of what geographical region are you located? Oh, I'm in North Carolina. Okay. In Greensboro, North Carolina, in the United States. I'll soon be moving to Florida next month, right? I'll be moving to Miami or Doral. It's Miami, pretty much South Florida next month. But that's where are you located, Laline? Where are you located? What geographical location are you located in? SF. Is that San Francisco? SF. South Florida, San Francisco, SF. I'm trying to think. SF. Oh, San Francisco. All right, so it is, see, 12, 11, what is it, like 10, 18, 10 a.m.? All right, what is it, 10 a.m. for you? No, 10, 18 a.m. now? All right, so you're like 3 hours behind me, 10, 18 a.m. Okay, yeah, PST, yeah, there you go, there you go. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Yeah, perfect. Yeah. So yeah, like that and this is what's interesting too with Digital Wealth Academy. They also have like they have an event. They started doing this every year. It's in Miami. They just had it this past I think like a couple weeks ago, right? They have this yearly event where people members like, and do you do this full time? Yes, I do. Right. I do this full time. I still do have like a part-time job that I do. Like I referee youth soccer games on the side. Um, not youth soccer games. I used to do youth soccer coaching, but now I just referee soccer games, small-sided soccer games on the weekends, right? So that's like the other thing that I do, right? But eventually, like when I move to Florida, which is next month, I'm eventually essentially going to be doing this. Oh, you love soccer? Awesome. Yeah, 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 yeah. That's like, I love it. That's like my full. Do you play by chance, maybe, Laline, or do you have maybe do you play yourself, or maybe do you have kids that play? I don't know. Um, do you have any kids that play, maybe, or do you play yourself, or you just love watching it? What I'm really excited about is, okay, my daughter plays professional. Oh, wow. That is awesome, right? That is the part that I missed, okay? Like I did play like semi-pro when once I got out of, because I played in college, NCAA Division 1. After that, I did have a little bit of semi-pro experience, but I never quite made it to the heights where I could make a full-time career out of it, right? I just was, I suppose I wasn't good enough, or by the time I realized I could have been or good enough, it was a little bit too late, right? So but yeah, yeah, it's a great, amazing sport, absolutely amazing sport. But yeah, so this is just this is definitely something for you to take keep in mind, to consider. And by the way, like I did mention, they do have like they do have plans available, right? So you do not have to pay the entire thing up front if you don't want to. It's just 497, right? But they do have plans available, and depending on what you do qualify. Hey, hi, Bolo, hi. Appreciate you jumping on here, right? They do have plans available whereby you can get started. Some people are able to get started for as little as zero down, right, and not have to make their first installment until 30 days later, right, for as little as 40, for as little as like $41 a month or so. Hi, Bolo. Hello. Let me see. Is this someone I feel like this might be someone. There we go. Hey. All right, so that is yeah, and if you want to check it out, so Laline, if you want to see basically the page and everything, the way you would get there, if you just go to the top left-hand side of the screen, what access do you have with the plan? What access? What access? What do you mean? I'm not sure I understand the question when you say what access do you have with the plan. When you say what access do you have with a plan? Oh, I get you. I understand. Everything. You get access to everything. So yes, I understand what you mean now. Yeah, no, you get everything. So it's not, I get you. I understand what you mean. Yeah, it's not like they're gonna restrict you until you've paid the entire thing. No, you get access to everything, right? Yeah, you get access to everything. I appreciate the follow, Laline. Let me go ahead and make sure I follow you back. Yeah. No, you get access to everything. So basically, even when you go on the plan, right, it's as if you have completely paid for the entire thing in full, right? So there's no restrictions. You get access to everything. You also get access to becoming an affiliate for the course, whereby, one of the income streams, the 15 different income streams that they do teach in there, they allow you, you basically can become an affiliate for the course where they'll pay you an 85% commission, right? So for every sale that you generate, like if you sell, let's just say you get in, you love the course and you want to start sharing it with your friends and family and telling them about it, let them also join. Guess what? You can give them your affiliate link, right, to purchase through you, and you would make an 85% commission. So for every sale you generate, you would be making $422.45. So with one sale, you would essentially cover the cost of your, just about cover the cost of your entire investment. And then a second sale, you are well in profit, right? So that we've even had people jump on the plan, right? Get started on the plan with zero down, right? So if because depending on what you qualify for, they'll do like a soft pull or so. Depending on what you qualify for, there are people who get started with as little as nothing down, or even if they do have to put something down before their first installment is due, they've already made enough in income to cover the cost of their first installment, or cover the cost of the entire thing altogether, right? Whereby essentially they came out of pocket with nothing. Okay. So yeah, no, that's an extremely good question, right? So for anyone and anybody that's wondering, you get access to the entire thing, no restrictions whatsoever. Okay. And if you want to see it, right, the page, the way you would get there to see it, right, if you click on the top left hand side of the screen, click on my profile picture, that's going to open up a bigger profile picture of me. Then you want to click on that again, right? and then that is going to take you to my store. Sorry, to my TikTok profile. And then once you get on my TikTok profile, what you want to do is click on the LINK, right? That I got to spell it out because sometimes TikTok gets a little funny about certain words. You want to click on the LINK in my bio right there, and that's going to take you to my store. All right. And once you get there, all you're looking for is the one called DWA. It's called Digital Wealth Academy. All right. Click on that and it'll take you to the sales page, and you'll see everything that I just showed, everything that you'd get access to, like what it's all about, all the different modules and how you can, and then the options, the payment options are going to be at the bottom, right? So you can just pay the entire thing up front if you want to. That's what I did personally, just because I wanted to, I just wanted to get it out the way, right, and not have to deal with the payments. But you don't have to. You absolutely don't have to. You have the option of going with the payments, right? And what they have there is like the instructions are there in terms of like how you get started with that. I think they have, it's like Sezzle and Klarna or so. And what it is like a virtual card that you would apply for, and then you'll get like the virtual card number, and then you would come plug that into where it says credit card. To let me, you know what? Let me go ahead. I probably should open up a video and show you. Let me see. Let me open up a screen so I can show you what that would look like. Let's see if I can find. Let's see if I go to. Let's see, digital. What's up? Hey, how you doing? How you doing, Mr. Good Vibes? How you doing, Mr. Good Vibes? How are you? Glad to see you in here. Got the #2 gifted badge. Just saying, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you, Mr. Good Vibes. Let's see, Digital Wealth Academy. I want to go to. Let me go to Instagram just so I can open up a page. Let me open up a page and show you what the. Let me go ahead. I'm trying. My computer's acting a little slow here, so I'm trying to get it to open up. And I'm guessing that's probably because I am. Here on live. All right, so let me go ahead and click on that. Whoop whoop, let's go. Yeah, Lisa. See, that's all. I got my digital marketing friends in here, which is awesome. All right, so Laline, Laline, are you still here? Let's see. Yes. All right. Let me go ahead and flip my screen just so I can show you the process. Show you what I was talking about. All right. So let's see, flip camera. All right. So once you've gone to my TikTok profile and then you clicked on the LINK, right, in my bio, right, it will take you to my page here, and what you would come across is this right here. It's called Digital Wealth Academy, and then you want to click on that, get instant access. Once you click on that, this is the page, right? This is the page. The page of Digital Wealth Academy. All right, you'll see my name. You'll see my handle right there at the top, right? And that's it right there. What you want to do is scroll down to the bottom, right? If you wanted to just go ahead and get started the entire thing, right? Just pay the entire thing. All you do is just click on the buy now, enter your information, and you're good to go. But if you scroll down towards the bottom, here are the instructions that they give you to get started, whereby you can get on those plans. Like, so essentially you would click here to click where it says click here for a Sezzle virtual card. Just follow these steps, and essentially that is going to be the steps to get you a virtual card that you would with and let's see, on this one with Sezzle, click here to create a single. Yeah. So Sezzle is going to be a virtual card that is a single use, just one time, right? And whatever you get approved for, that's what you will use, right? Once you get the virtual card number and all that, you'd come back here and put it. When you go to click on buy now, it'll open up that, and then you enter your name, address, and all of that. And then here where it says debit or credit card, right? This is that is the option. That's the option that you'd be, right, with PayPal. That's the option you'd be using, okay? And you want to click here on PayPal, click there, and you'd enter the virtual card information. Okay, that's how you go about doing that. They have two options here. There's Sezzle, And then there's also Klarna, right, which is also a virtual card that I think this one is more than just a one-time use. Okay. And if you don't want to deal with any of those, right? If you don't want to deal with any of those with those payments, there's also the option of going with a PayPal, right? Which they have the option of also paying later, where you put, I think you start with nothing down, but then their payments are a little bit, they're a little bit larger, right? Maybe they'll be in three, they might be split into three payments or so. But then there's no interest, so you can just pay later in essence, right? So those are the options. Okay. Yes, I went to your page and saw it. Yep, looks great. Yep. So those are the options right there. Okay. Let me go ahead and flip. Let's flip this back. Flip camera. Come on. All right. Yeah. So those are basically the options there. So you get to, like, it's up to you, right? If you want to get going with the entire thing, like if you want to just knock it out and not have to deal with any future payments, you can do that, or you can follow those options there with the virtual cards and get going that way. But to answer your question from previously, yes, you would get everything. Okay. You get access to everything, no restrictions whatsoever. It's not like one of those situations where they make you wait and all that. But yeah, all right. Glad you were here. If you have any further questions, if you want to get started, please don't hesitate to DM me, get in touch with me. Let me know any questions that you have, any reservations, whatever the case may be. You know how to reach me. I mean, you've got me here on TikTok. So just DM me, right? If you have any further questions, or if you would like to, is it something that you might be interested in getting started with, Laleen, before you hop off? If you're still here, possibly. Okay, perfect. Yeah, like, but it's just let me know anytime you want to get going. Just let me know. I'm here. If any questions that you have, you can always DM me. All right. I'm not gonna hold you any longer. I know you say you gotta go, so, and I appreciate you spending this time here with me. I appreciate you. But all the best with whatever you've got going on. But we'll be in touch. I'll always be here. I'll be getting on here every. You'll see me. All right. Take care, Laleen. It was great talking to you. And anybody else, if anybody else has any questions for me, now would be the time to let me know, because I am getting ready to jump off. All right, guys. I've been on here for. Anybody has any questions for me? If anybody has any questions for me, let me know before I'm gonna be hopping off in the next 5 minutes or so. So please let me know if you have any questions. Let me know if you have any questions. Anybody else that's here? And if not, I will go ahead and jump off. All right. Thank you guys. And I appreciate it big time. All right. Take care. Ciao.